Do you know someone who can never admit they're wrong or say sorry? We're not just talking about little arguments or small mistakes. These are people who can stick to their stance even when every single argument is against them. For many, saying sorry feels like losing. In their minds, every conflict is a battle, and the word sorry means giving up an advantage to the other person. By holding their ground, they feel like they're staying in control and keeping their position in the fight. For them, apologies are risky, a chance to lose face or power, so they'd rather stick to their point, even when the situation calls for it. Some people avoid apologizing because they're afraid their apology will be rejected. They worry that even if they admit a mistake, the other person won't accept it, will stay mad, or even use it against them. That fear can be paralyzing, making it easier to stay stubborn than risk rejection or making things worse. Others don't apologize because they're scared of showing weakness. Admitting a mistake feels like losing control, losing an upper hand in the conflict. They'd rather stay strong and unshaken, even if it means tension or hurt continues. In their mind, an apology isn't maturity. It's a risk of being seen as someone easy to dominate. For many, pride and ego are the blockers. Admitting a mistake can make them feel humiliated or less valuable in the eyes of others. They'd rather protect their image at all costs, even if it prolongs conflicts or strain in relationships. Ego acts like a shield, guarding against shame and loss of control, but often at the cost of connection and understanding. Some people simply struggle to admit they were wrong. It's not always about pride. Sometimes it's genuinely hard for them to accept that they made a mistake. In their minds, conceding means facing their own flaws, and that can be stressful and painful. So they stay silent, defend their stance, or avoid the topic instead of openly saying, "I was wrong." Some people can't apologize because they have trouble naming their feelings. They can't pinpoint exactly what they feel: guilt, regret, sadness, or shame. So expressing it in words becomes difficult. Without a clear understanding of their emotions, apologies feel nearly impossible because they don't know what they really want to say. For some, lack of empathy is the reason. They can't sense how much their words or actions hurt someone else. Conflicts are more about their own position or beliefs than about the other person's feelings. Without the ability to understand others' emotions, apologies seem unnecessary or even pointless. Some people never learn to apologize because they grew up in a home where no one ever admitted mistakes. Apologies weren't modeled or normalized, so they never learned the behavior. Holding their ground feels natural. It's what they saw adults around them doing. Without that example, apologizing feels strange, difficult, or even unnecessary. Some people are blocked by anger or intense emotions. When frustration, pride, or hurt takes over, admitting a mistake feels impossible, even if they know an apology is the right thing. Their emotions paralyze them. They'd rather stay in the conflict or avoid confrontation because, in the moment, they can't overcome their emotional tension. Some don't apologize because they feel offended. Their sense of hurt and injustice overshadows the possibility of admitting a mistake. In their eyes, saying sorry could be seen as agreeing that they were treated wrongly, and they refuse to accept that. Holding on to their grievance protects their ego and self-worth, even if it strains relationships. Not being able to apologize often looks like stubbornness or selfishness, but in reality, it hides a whole spectrum of emotions and psychological mechanisms. Every reason shows that behind the refusal to apologize, there's more than just stubbornness. It's a way of coping with feelings, relationships, and a need for emotional safety.